The Ovis World Slam is the taking under fair chase and ethical circumstances at least 12 of the world's wild mountain sheep. The Grand Slam of North American rams is naturally included, but North Americans by necessity have to travel to some of the most difficult to get to parts of the world to accomplish this milestone. By the same token, it's almost imperative that those from other continents cross the oceans to get to the North American wild sheep to accomplish this feat. All in all, to take 12 of these magnificent creatures has to be considered a lifetime achievement. Tonight, we'd like to recognize several Grand Slam Club Ovis members who have documented with GSCO the taking of at least 12 different rams from around the world. Please hold your applause until everyone's been introduced, and as your name is called, please quickly make your way to the stage. Brad Black of Ohio completed his Ovis World Slam with the Dagestan Eastern Tour from Azerbaijan in August 2014. Backing up to November 2000, we find that Brad took a Marco Polo Argali from Tajikistan. In 2010, Brad hunted in Mongolia and was able to take both a Gobi and Hungai Argali. Brad hunted in West Texas during November 2008 and was able to add an Aldad, Armenian Mouflon, and red sheep to his total sheep count. Brad completed Grand Slam number 1653 in September 2010 with a California Bighorn from BC. It was a European Mouflon from Spain that completed an Ovis World Slam for Charles Heron of Alabama in November 2014. Also included in his slam are an Aldad from Texas in 2009, a Blandford Uriel from Pakistan in 2012, both Humi and Tian Shan Argalis from Kyrgyzstan in 2013, and a red sheep from Texas in 2014. Charles was honored at last year's convention for completing Grand Slam number 1806 in December 2013 with the Desert Sheep from Mexico. We now come to Loren Conan and his first cousin Ron Vollrath, both of whom are from Minnesota. On top of their Grand Slams, Loren and Ron took the majority of their sheep hunts together and were able to complete their Ovis World Slams with the same type ram, which is a Himalayan blue sheep from Nepal in 2014. Loren and Ron hunted European Mouflon in Spain during 2009, Dagestan Eastern Tour in Azerbaijan in 2011, Kamchatka snow sheep from Russia, and Marco Polos in Tajikistan, both in 2013. You can look for more from this dynamic duo tomorrow evening during our Triple Slam Awards. George Latham Myers II of West Virginia qualified for the Ovis World Slam in Russia, August 2014. There he took a Yakutia snow sheep. Latham's arrival on the international sheep hunting scene was in 2006 when he also hunted in Russia and was able to get an Okhotsk snow sheep. Latham's Ovis count includes 3 of the most difficult sheep to hunt, which are the Dagestan Eastern Tour in 2009, the Kuban Western Tour in 2010, and the Mid-Caucasian Tour in 2013. Latham also took the difficult Himalayan blue sheep in Nepal during 2010 and a Marco Polo Argali from Tajikistan in 2012. Dan Parks of Delaware registered his Ovis World Slam after taking a Marco Polo Humi Argali from Kyrgyzstan in November 2014. Many of you will recognize Dan because he's been a volunteer in one way or another at all of our conventions since we started back in 2005. Along the way, Dan has registered 3 Aldad rams with us, but tonight we want to show the 2011 one that he took in Texas. In 2004, Dan made a wise move and hunted China before it closed and was able to collect a blue sheep. Dan hunted in Russia during 2002 and 2005 and was able to get the Yakutia and Kamchatka snow sheep. Dan has hunted the Caucasus Mountains twice, taking the Dagestan Eastern Tour in 2004 and Kuban Western Tour in 2006. Every once in a while, we have a member who mixes their North American hunting and international hunting so thoroughly that their Grand Slam and Ovis World Slam are both completed with the same trophy. That brings us to the case of famed artist Joshua Spies of South Dakota. Simultaneously, he completed Grand Slam number 1818 and his Ovis World Slam with a Desert Ram from Mexico in February 2014. We recognized Joshua for that accomplishment earlier this evening. While he was still a half-slammer, Joshua began working toward his eventual Ovis World Slam with an Aldad from Texas and Marco Polo from Tajikistan, both taken in 2009. Joshua was able to hunt Mongolia in 2012 and 2013 and take the Gobi and Hungai Argalis. As a matter of fact, Joshua's great Hungary ram was the cover photo for the winter 2014 issue of SlamQuest. During December 2012, Joshua traveled down to West Texas and added the Armenian mouflon and red sheep. That completes our Ovis World Slammers for this year. Please give them all a big round of applause. Many international mountain hunters have hunting in their blood to the point that they just can't stop after the milestone of the Ovis World Slam. For those, there are additional milestones GSCO designates as the Super 20, Super 30, and yes, even the Super 40. Tonight we have at least one member who's completed each of those milestones. Please hold your applause till everyone in this group has been introduced. As your name is called, please quickly make your way to the stage. The next Ovis World Slam Super 20 is for Ralph Brockman of Louisiana. Ralph's Super 20 will be a little different from the others in that he actually has documented 29 Ovis species. With several photos, we'd like to focus on the first 20 rams Ralph took and save the others for next year when Ralph documents his Ovis World Slam Super 30. We happen to know that soon after this year's convention, he'll be chasing another species of sheep to help him reach that lofty goal of 30 rams. You've seen several photos already, including an October 1988 Gobi Argali from Mongolia. There were also 3 rams from 1990, which were a Himalayan blue sheep from Nepal, an Aldad from West Texas, and a Severtsov Argali from Uzbekistan. On the same trip to Russia in 1993, Ralph got both a Kamchatka and an Okhotsk snow sheep. That, of course, took a little travel in between. And Ralph got his Humi Argali from Kyrgyzstan during 1995. He hunted in the Davis Mountains of West Texas during 2002 and was able to get both the Armenian mouflon and red sheep. Ralph was able to reach the magical 20 mark in August 2002 after taking a Kuban Western tour from Russia. We now recognize Darren Millman of Ohio for his Ovis Super 20. Darren is the owner of the long-established and well-known booking agency Safari Outfitters. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Darren and his company for the support of GSCO, which even includes being a top-level diamond sponsor over the last few years. With that being said, we can explain now the photos you've been seeing on the screen. They have been and will be the 8 trophies Darren's taken since he completed his Ovis World Slam in 2010. They were in order as a Blanford Urial and Punjab Urial from Pakistan in 2011, a Trans-Caspian Urial and Esfahan Mouflon from Iran in 2011, a Dagestan Eastern Tur and Kamchatka Snow Sheep, also from 2011, and finally an amazing Himalayan Blue Sheep from Nepal and the Koryak Snow Sheep from Russia, both taken in 2013. Thanks and congratulations, Darren. John Amistoso of Washington has really been after the wild sheep of the world over the last few years. As a matter of fact, John has the Ovis Super 30 with a total of 37 rams. Even though John has hunted the international sheep extensively, he's not forgotten the North American rams, as you've seen here, his 2012 Fannin from the Yukon and his 2013 New Mexico Desert Bighorn. John hunted in Azerbaijan during July 2011 and was able to take the world record Dagestan Eastern Tur, which graced the summer 2011 cover of Ovis. He hunted in Turkey during 2010 and was able to take the highly desirable Konya Mouflon. John has taken 5 different subspecies of snow sheep in Russia, but we'll share photos of the Yakutia and Kamchatka here. In the Argali category, John took a Gobi from Mongolia in 2006 and from Kyrgyzstan both the Tian Shan in 2011 and a Humi in 2013. The final photo we want to use to illustrate John's Super 30 is his Blanford Urial, which was taken in Pakistan in 2008. Kenneth Barr of California was the 2012 recipient of the Conklin Award, and he's even been a nominee for the Weatherby for several years. Those awards require hunting all of the world's wild game. However, that has not slowed down his hunting the mountain sheep of the world. Ken will be a 2015 inductee into the Pantheon tomorrow evening, which requires a Grand Slam, an Ovis World Slam Super 30, a Capra World Slam Super 30, the Super Slam, and SCI's World Conservation and Hunting Award. Saying that helps you realize that tonight we're honoring Ken for his Ovis World Slam Super 30. Ken has taken 31 different species of wild sheep with a total of 62 rams. The ram that brought Ken to the Super 30 level was the Konya Mouflon from Turkey, taken during October 2013. Earlier that month, Ken was able to hunt in Kyrgyzstan and get a beautiful Tian Shan Argali. Ken hunted Iran in both 2010 and 2011 and was successful taking an Esfahan Mouflon, red sheep, and Kerman sheep. Backing up in 1998, Ken made the cover of Ovis with a Transcaspian Urial that he got in Turkmenistan. Ken took 2 SCI Top 10 Argalis from Mongolia, one being the Hungai from 1997 and the other the Gobi in 2010. In 2007, Ken added the Blandford and Punjab Urials as well as his third Marco Polo Argali. You've seen a good sampling, but there'd be a lot more to show from Ken's archives. Our next Ovis World Slam Super 30 is very special in that it's never been done before, at least that we're aware of. Brian Houck of Alberta reached the Ovis Super 30 by taking all of the pure, as Brian likes to call them, wild sheep. Let's explain. His Super 30 is made up of only trophies with Ovis as part of their scientific name. In other words, no Turs, no Aoudad, and no blue sheep. The ram that got Brian to number 30 was an Okhotsk snow sheep from Russia. Actually, Brian has taken 5 of the 6 snow sheep, the Kolyma, Koryak, Okhotsk, Yakutia, and Kamchatka. You've seen some of those on the screen already. When it comes to the Argalis, Brian has 7 of those, which are the Gobi, Hungai, Altai, Marco Polo, Humi, Karaganda, and Tian Shan. Brian's taken 7 species of sheep from Iran, the Armenian, Esfahan, Leristan, and Shiraz Mouflons, the Transcaspian Urial, red sheep, and Kerman sheep. And finally, Brian's taken all of the Urials, which are the aforementioned TCU, Afghan, Blandford, and Punjab. To get to a Super 30, it was practically a necessity for Brian to take all 6 North American rams, which of course are the Doll, Stone, Fannin, Rocky, and California Bighorns and Desert. You've seen a selection of those here. Again, it's possible that another member has 30 pure Ovis rams, but we don't believe anyone else's first 30 were pure Ovis. Congratulations to Brian for doing it a little differently. Alan Smith of Washington has done a lot of worldwide hunting. He was the 2013 Weatherby Award winner and the 2015 recipient of the Conklin Award. Like Ken Barr, Alan will be a 2015 inductee into the Pantheon tomorrow night, and you heard earlier all the requirements for that honor. One of those is the Ovis World Slam Super 30, for which we're recognizing Alan tonight. He's taken 2 of the 6 snow sheep, the Kamchatka and Koryak. 6 of the Argalis help make up the Super 30 for Alan, and they include the Gobi, Hungai, Marco Polo, Humi, Tian Shan, and Severtsov. In the blue sheep category, Alan has the Chinese and the Himalayan to his credit. In Turkey during November 2012, Alan was able to add an incredible Konya Mouflon. Alan hunted in Iran during September 2011 and got both the red sheep and Kerman sheep. Alan decided to hunt the Caucasus Mountains of southern Russia during September 2011 and took the Kuban Western and Mid-Caucasian Tur, which are considered to be 2 of the most difficult trophies in the world to hunt. Of course, Alan has 4 North American rams for the Grand Slam plus the Fannin. We've used it and has recently taken Carmen Island Desert Bighorn to represent his 5 different North American trophy sheep. The fact that Ron Roderick of Colorado has achieved the Ovis World Slam Super 40 is a very rare mountain hunting accomplishment indeed. On the Ovis Super 40 list, there are only 5 names: Donald Cox, Hector Cuellar, Sudi Galabchi, Hubert Thumler, and now Ron. For this presentation, we'd like to use some of the more recent wild sheep that Ron has taken, including a couple from North America. In 2012, Ron took a California Bighorn from British Columbia, and in 2014, he was able to collect the Nelson subspecies of Desert Bighorn from Texas. From the snow sheep category, Ron's 2 most recent are the 2007 Kamchatka and the 2011 Kolyma. Out of the 12 Argalis listed on the Ovis World Slam application, Ron has them all. Those are the Gobi, Hungai, Altai, Marco Polo, Humi, Karaganda, Sair, Tian Shan, Littledale, Gansu, Severtsov, and Kurutag. To represent the Mouflons, we chose Ron's Estefan, taken in Iran during December 2004. Ron has taken all 4 of the Urials, and you'll be seeing his Afghan and the Punjab here. Ron added a red sheep from Texas in 2000. and then hunted in Iran during 2010 and took the Kerman sheep. On the Ovis World Slam application, we can't help but notice that Ron's taken all 3 of the Turs from the Caucasus Mountains. Of these 3, we chose his outstanding Mid-Caucasian trophy to represent them. Congratulations to Ron for reaching this amazing milestone. That completes the Ovis Super 20, 30, and 40 award winners for 2015. Let's give one final round of applause for these amazing accomplishments.